Hi guys, it's Michelle here again with Angel Souls, and this is your weekly Angel Oracle card reading for the week beginning March 6th, 2017. For this week, I'm really loving still the crystal reading cards by Rochelle Sharman, so we're going to use that for the bulk of the reading. And of course, then we're going to pull a couple of cards from the Archangels Oracle deck by Doreen Virtue. And let's talk about readings, guys, because I just, the board reading, a lot of people seem to like that. So I thought, why not offer that as a 15-minute reading option? So that's up on my website now. So just when you put in your submission form, please just acknowledge that you understand that you are getting the angel board reading and not an angel card reading. Okay, I just want to avoid any sort of confusion. All right. And of course, if you would like to get one of those readings or any of the other readings that I offer, you can just go to my website at angelsouls444.com. The services tab is where you'll see all of that. And again, once you put your purchase in, you'll be guided over to probably, I think it still says thank you at the top. I think that's, it's been a while since I've looked at it, but I think it says thank you at the top. Fill out and submit the submission form. If you miss it or it just doesn't pop up for you for whatever reason, there is a thank you tab with that form on my website. Okay, so just get all that in there. You'll be set. You'll be in line for a reading, and we can tap in for you and see what's going on. If you'd like to support me on Patreon, I'll leave that information down below. And of course, there's Gumroad, guys, and I think I might have figured out a way to organize it a little bit better. I've been working on it, so give me some feedback. Let me know if that's working for you. Of course, the courses are up there. We have the March extra readings. What else do I have? Oh, we still have the year overviews there, and I am going to be working on the Archangel series, and I will be getting those posted on Gumroad as well, where I will go through and just will get you into the energy of each archangel as we begin, and then I will give you some history on that archangel, what they can help you with, and then of course we will go into a meditation to actually help you connect with each individual archangel. But that's to come. That's going to be a big project, and I think that's it for announcements. So let's get into it. Where are my decks? I guess I should have gotten a little more organized before I hit record, but there it is. All right. So, as always, and if you have cards at home or anything that you use, you can always, Doreen Virtue teaches to clear the deck by knocking on it. That's an option if that feels right for you. I like to kind of, at a distance, wave my decks over a white light and just kind of focus my intention. There we go. Just like that. So let's tune in for the week of March 6th. 2017, and let's see what we need to know, guys. I just really want to focus in here for a moment. I heard vastness. There's a vastness. I don't know what that means. For some of you, you might understand energetically there's a vastness. It's almost this feeling of unhooking from what you know and then sort of floating out in vastness. And so like you might not, this might be a week where you're making progress, but you just don't see what's in front of you just yet. And yet, if you hang on to faith, okay, and you're still kind of knowing that you're never alone, because you never are. Even if on the surface it seems that you are, you're not. You have your whole spiritual team around you, okay? And they're saying more answers to come. So let's see what the cards have to say. Okay. So we have Labradorite, take action. It's also about your intuition, self-love. So take action on self-love. Isn't that interesting? Because at first when take action came up, I'm like, but you just said vastness. And it had this feeling of just sort of floating and just kind of letting things be for a minute. But I feel like this is take action on yourself. Start turning, we talk about this all the time, guys, start turning that energy back to you. This isn't encouraging you to be super selfish, but to love yourself, okay? Yeah, more human connection. Forgiveness. Wow, guys, look at this whole thing that's and balance. Wow, okay. So this feels like a week where you shouldn't push. Okay, some of you might be feeling exhausted. You might be feeling a little confused, and please just try to get comfortable with that. Okay, I know that sounds a little weird, but the more comfortable you can be with that, because you're trying to work on forgiving. And I feel like for a lot of you, no matter what you've been through, there might, I just heard fortitude as well. let's hang with this. Let's see what's going on. Okay, so now they're saying fortifying. So you have to sort of fortify yourself for what's to come. Now, what's to come is not a horrible thing. I think it's a beautiful thing that if you weren't taking this downtime, okay, and learning to forgive no matter what's happened in your life. I know all of you are going to leave comments like, well, I've had this, this, and this. I have a right to be angry. Hold on to the lesson, but release the pain. You're going to hold on to the love. You're going to hold on to the lesson. But forgiveness is about your cleansing, okay? It's about you not hanging on to toxic emotions. And it's important for us to do this. You know, I just heard another horrible, horrible story on the news. And it was one of those things I was just trying to check my email, and there it was. And I know I had a serious talk with God, and it was sort of like, why is there so much suffering? Especially when it comes to kids. Like, don't let the baby suffer. Come on, you know, or show me what I can do to relieve that suffering. Because it's just, like, no. To me, as a human being, like, this is just not acceptable in our world, okay? And we do, you know, yes, of course, people are going to go into their grander wisdom and say, you know, that's by design. You know, we're here to experience the range of emotions in this earth plane existence. But with this reading this week, I feel like we're turning a corner, and we're starting to get to that place where it's like the suffering doesn't need to happen. We are living under this illusion that life has to be hard, and that, hold on, this is getting deep. I like this. Hold on one second. The basic, let me bottom line it for you. There's feelings and there's words coming through. So let me just bottom line it. It doesn't have to be that way, okay? We do not need to suffer. We have experienced our range of emotions. We have gone through growing our souls. It's not like we're done, but there's something out there that was sort of implemented to put us under this, can I say dreamlike state? Stop me if I'm wrong here, guys, on how I'm putting this, but almost like a dreamlike state where we're living this human nightmare. And I think this week coming up, if we are open-minded, if we are tuning into our intuition, which is basically what this labradorite also talks about, okay, and it says take action to start seeing things in a different way. Take action to start sending, you know, the love out there. And you know, I was just telling somebody about this, you know, when we pity someone, or anytime we do hear a sad story, you know, I got very upset when I read that story. I didn't read it, I just saw the headline, and that was enough. I mean, I knew. But it's upsetting, and it really affected my energy, and it really lowered my frequency. And this is what we're talking about here, okay? So take action to start flowing the love. We talk about that all the time too. But to flow the love to yourself, flow the love to others, and let's start waking up from this dream. Let's, you know, again, we don't want to jar ourselves out of it because we might have a very bad reaction, or people have a bad reaction to one another. But just start the process of coming out of that thinking that life is filled with things that, you know, bad things that have to happen, or it has to be misfortune, or there has to be suffering. We've been choosing that because we have been so disempowered. I'm just going to let them speak through me, so let's just do this. By finding the oneness within yourself. Okay, got it. So I'm going to put it my way. Sorry, I was going to say, hey, I'm going to let them speak through me, but that's complicated. So we're going to stop letting certain things feed off of us. Yes? So by being at one with yourself, you're connected back into divine love. You're connected, your higher heart is connected to the heart of God. Yes? That's what our original thing was, right? Like, we are of divine love. And so little by little, the more we kind of train ourselves to get back to what we really are and who we really are, okay? We're going to get more into alignment with the love frequency, and that will start to, they're showing me like a crack and light pouring through it. So something kind of cracking open. So don't expect this to all happen in 1 week and don't expect it to, you know, obviously happen overnight, but it's going to be a gradual kind of opening up and this light coming out. Now, this is not something that's just starting this week. I mean, this has been going on, but they're wanting to remind you that, you know, praying is a good thing. Feeling pity is not. Asking, and we can all all ask on behalf of the entire earth, and in all of your prayers and in your meditations, always set some energy for the whole world to realize that we don't have to be in pain, that things don't have to be hard, that we don't have to suffer. Okay? And please watch out for our children as well. Okay? They're such precious beings, and they need special care. All right? So, okay, so we had the labradorite, which is take action, getting in tune with your actual, like, your third eye, people, right? Your intuition, your heart, but more specifically, the higher heart. Now, if you're not sure what the higher heart is, it depends on who you talk to. Some people see it as being right above your heart chakra. Others see it as a heart within your heart. Yes? And again, it's that connection to God. Now, if you take action on... Okay, they're giving it to me by feeling, so hang with me here. Yeah, this is a real call to duty, guys. Let me just put it that way. Like, we really have to shift and make a conscious effort this week to really shift things into a love frequency and to take action, to take care of yourself. Sorry, there's so many. I'm getting a little overwhelmed with this. Let's start with what you expose yourself to. Again, news stories. So a lot of us will unplug from that. I get it. But there are other things that just sort of inundate us with conditioning and programming. And that comes through our, excuse me, television shows, movies, music. The music out there, guys, has, you know, it's all about glorifying betrayal and glorifying, you know, I want to be careful with what I say here because I know I do have young viewers, but just glorifying some of the bad stuff, right? Let's just put it that way. And so really just come into your awareness this week. See where you are getting inundated with that stuff. See where your loved ones are getting inundated with that stuff. Okay? Now, onto the Kunzite card. It's self-love. And yes, this is about taking care of yourself. Yes, it's about bringing that energy back to you. But I think this self-love is that divine love that we were talking about. Okay? So connecting back into the energy of our souls, back into our divine source, and reconnecting with God. Now, if some of you have a problem with that word, you call it source, creator, universe, well, you know, definitely I respect that. Whatever your path is to that higher power, by all means, go ahead and do it. But please, let's also, you know, one of the things that's been really working against us is all the judgment. And you hear me go on about that too, right? You know, oh, those people that say it that way, or oh, these people who do this, or oh, those people who do that. No one is right, okay? And the best any of us can do is allow higher wisdom information to flow through our human existence, our third dimensional ego consciousness, which is a human construct. It's how we are designed, okay? The best we can do is all get our interpretation of it and share it. And all the sharing should be respected, okay? Someone left me a comment about how, I may be misquoting this because it was a while ago since I've read this, but how they went to a spiritual group thing and they expressed an opinion about something. And someone else in the group said, well, you only feel that way because you're not awakened. Already the person who said that is not awakened, okay? A person who's really in their wisdom and in their truth and in their love, they're going to embrace someone else's opinion. They're going, you don't have to agree, but you're going to embrace, and you're going to feel sort of where that soul is coming from, and where, you know, that inner self is trying to come out and say something, or feel their way through the world and have a deeper understanding of what's going on here, right? We're all in this at the same time, going through similar things. Now, the expression and the exact manifestation of our various lessons, you know, it's going to be different, of course. But, you know, we all have a common thread here, guys, and we have to get back into that, all right? So the self-love is take action to connect back into divine love within you. It is a priority that you must make this week, okay? All right. Then we have pink tourmaline. Now, the card says forgiveness, and I'm getting chills because I did see that this came up, but you know, I always think of pink tourmaline as being associated with the higher heart and clearing that. And this goes beyond someone wronged me or someone harmed me. It goes beyond that. And it goes right into sort of, can I call it an original wound? Okay, the moment we gave in, the moment we doubted, Here we go, guys. The moment we doubted God, source creator, whatever you call it, but the moment we doubted that energy, that left us wide open to be food for, we don't need to go there, but some of you know exactly where I'm going with that. And to be brainwashed. And it's not, don't blame God for this stuff. God isn't doing anything to harm us. He wouldn't. Okay? She wouldn't. We did this to ourselves. And it's time for us to come back into our wisdom. Again, something we've all been working on. But why come back into the wisdom? What's gonna happen when we get back into our wisdom? This is what we're talking about. Okay? We're getting back into that place of peacefulness, serenity, bliss, love, where we're not constantly hurting so much that we have to put other people down to express our hurt. I was just driving, I just ran an errand, and I was in this one intersection where someone, obviously who was upset about something else, really just almost like car bullied me. I don't think that's a thing, but he's in his car, and I slowed down for a red light. Oh my, right? And I was able to make a right on red, and I didn't realize it. So he's blowing his horn. I mean, he's really being a bully on the road and doing all this stuff. And it did something to me. It really upset me. Okay. And I was just there today, and I was but I was in a different space, and I was like, man, that person must be hurting so badly. Even as I was going through all of my healing practices, and the people that we humans, we say, well, that person wronged me. Okay, it's very easy to say that. And I'm angry, and I am this, and I am that. But when I was going through my healing, the thing that brought me to tears was I finally had that moment of compassion and forgiveness, so much so that I was thinking, my goodness, what are those other people going through? Yes, what happened to me by their hand was awful. But what kind of pain do you need to experience? What kind of fear has to be pulsing through you to do that to another human being? And again, we kind of knock people who start having compassion for doing bad things. Again, it's not saying that we agree with them or that what they did was right. But if we can get to that place, guys, if we can get to that place where we start seeing past the illusion, past the chaos, okay, past the sparking point that creates any sort of pain within us and that fear, and sparks all that up so that we're acting out. If we can get past all that, I know. We can do it though. And I know it's possible because I did it. Now I'm no perfect human being. I still get upset. I still get back into my moments every once in a while. But it's cracking open, and that's what they're telling us, and that's what they were just showing me. There's a crack now, okay? So the more cracks there are in the illusion, the weaker it will become, until one day, guys, together we'll get it falling down completely, okay? And then we'll be home. We'll be home. All right, Baji stones, balance. So if you're listening to this and going, well, that's all well and good, Michelle, but that might be a ways down the road or whatever. Again, recognize that as doubt. Get yourself into balance this week, guys. So even when things are aggravating, stressful, and again, I was just thinking about this today. I was like, with all the stuff that has happened, not only to me, but to a lot of people I know over the past few years, I'm looking back now and going, but you know what? As frustrating as that was, and as frustrated as I had become in certain moments, I always managed to find my balance. I'm still here. I haven't cracked up, right? I haven't given in. I didn't give up on angel souls. I didn't do it. I'm still here. I found my balance. And I realized you can't wait for life to be perfect, to be happy. It's never going to happen. You can't wait for others to be perfect before you try to bond with them. It's never going to happen. Okay? But we do have a place that we can all work towards. We all have a common goal here. All right? And the thing, they're saying a good starting place for all of us would be love, because we all know what love is. Even if you want to sit there and say, no, I just got dumped. I don't know what love is. I don't know what love is anymore. I don't think I can have it, or whatever. I'm not mocking you. I'm not trying to mock you. I'm just trying to keep things light. But if you're in that space, remember, there's always still divine love. Even if you think God has turned his or her back on you, if you really listen to your higher heart, you know that's not true. You know there's absolutely no truth to that whatsoever. You are ever loved. Okay? So let's get a couple of cards from the Archangels deck. I'm going to put some white light on them. And I think I will, by the way, have some time this week to do the angel board reading as well. So I will try to get that shot set up for you. And that will be a separate video. Not sure if that was clear. Okay. Like, I can already feel my heart cracking. Like when I took a breath and almost felt like, you know, that moment right before you're getting ready to cry as a release, like a cathartic cry. My chest is sort of cracking open. My heart space is sort of cracking open. So I wonder if any of you are feeling that as well. Okay. All right. Let's see what we have here. Not that one. Okay. Gentleness. Archangel Sandalphon. So I'm going to pull another card, but let me just, show you this. First of all, the card is gentleness. Archangel Sandalphon. Be very gentle with yourself at this time. Surround yourself with gentle people, situations, and environments. Now, again, careful with this, okay? Because yes, you want to surround yourself with gentle people, but can I just tell you how often, like I've experienced this, I've been judged for being the person to point out something that nobody is pointing out. Okay. And something that is causing, it's going unchecked. Some person who is, kind of toxic, who's going unchecked. That's me. I'm the girl with the big mouth. Okay. I am, believe it or not. And I get so judged. I mean, crucified almost. Like that's kind of a big word, but you know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm just remembering like when I lived in New York and the friends I had there. Oh my goodness. Boy, anything out of my mouth, they were going to judge it. Okay. So please don't take this message and think, oh, you know what? I can't deal with you right now. You're judging someone. Okay. Now, however, if you are around somebody who is abusive or you're in a very stressful situation, you just need to take a break. That's what this is talking about. Like giving yourself that moment to get back in balance. Okay. And Sandalphon's all about balance. He's about helping you balance your lower chakras with your higher chakras. But the other thing too is Sandalphon shows up to say, I collected your prayers. I helped them get up to heaven. Okay, because that's one of the things that he's known for doing too, is taking your prayers up to heaven. That's not to say that you can't talk to God yourself. Of course you can. But Sandalphon just helps you come into that place of peace and to be very grounded. No judgment. Okay? You are not hurting because of other people. Yes, I am. Up, and here we go with the fight. Yes. Not really. Boy, and again, I've been there. It's like really easy to look at everybody else and be like, as I'm recording this video, there's stuff going on. Do you know how badly I want to go up there and be like, can you just be respectful? Can you acknowledge that there's another human being here? Okay. But why is that setting me off so much? And I invite you to look at things in your own life and ask deeper questions. Okay. Why does that really bother me? Do I feel overlooked? Do I feel like I'm, invisible to people? Do I feel, and where does that come from? Okay. And you go back and back and back. And yeah, you might be able to trace it back to an event, or maybe you can't. Okay. But definitely there's going to be something deeper there that's not about the exact thing that's triggering you. Okay. Go deeper. Look at some of those places that you are in pain and forgive it. Okay. Some of us even need to forgive God. All right. If you're in that kind of space, if that's kind of how you see it. All right. One more card and then I will shut this one down and we'll go on to the board. Oddly, we have career transition. We're going to talk about this. It's Archangel Shamuel, who's all about self-love as well. And she says, your life purpose is triggering a blessed career change. Now, okay, so the card itself is talking about career. But what I'm pulling in the context of the rest of the message here is your life purpose is triggering a change. So this is all encompassing. This isn't just about career, okay? This is about finding yourself. It's about remembering who you really are. It's about loving who you really are and loving the true self in others as well and bonding through that. And then from there, allowing certain changes to occur. Now, for some of you, this could be a very like mind-boggling kind of week where, you know, the things that, hold on. For some of you, the discovery is going to be immense, and the life you've lived just doesn't work for you anymore. And you might start taking steps to really change that and to really even get off onto a different trajectory and, you know, really shifting your energy drastically. Now, whether that will be an actual, you know, obvious change immediately this week, I don't know. It could be some of you are just making the decision. But I will say that this week is all about finding yourself again. And like we've been saying throughout this like 25 minutes here, connecting back into true divine love. Okay? Letting some of the old energy keep cracking and falling away. Okay? So there it is, guys. I'm sending you so much love, and take care.